Please welcome our next participants, Rados from ABLE, Stanimilev from Startup Foundation, Miro from Sofia Valley, and another lady, Zori from Started Smart. Should I join as well, huh?
Yeah,
Can I
you
stay on
definitely
stage?
should.
Of course.
Hey guys, I'm really happy that you all stayed with us till this late Sunday afternoon. This really makes you entrepreneurs, and yeah, it's awesome. I really hope that you had already a coffee so that you won't fall asleep during our let's say interesting presentation and discussion. So my name is Miro Mirosov, and I run a blog which is called Sofia Valley. I usually write about programming, about startups, entrepreneurs, and all those stuff. I think that the name Sofia Valley say it all, by the way. It really, the main topic behind the blog is actually how do we make our poor and miserable valley called Sofia Valley into the real Silicon Valley, or let's call it a vibrant and a great startup community. So we have here on stage some really interesting people that actually do a lot of stuff for our community. So first I want to give the word to them, and let's see what they do. So yeah, introduce yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Moving
I
for a stand.
think that you already know who I am and what I do. So just give the ladies
Stanley,
some more time.
How come it's so difficult for you to give the mic to the ladies? This is the second time you have difficulties with that.
Oh, seriously. What?
Okay. Oh, okay. It works now. Well,
Yeah,
we've
go,
met
Radi.
Stani. Stani rocks.
Stanley rocks. Thank you, Radus.
Well, that's true.
Thank you.
Well, I'm
Rocka
Radus
Cox.
Vojtova. I'm from ABLE, the Association of Bulgarian Leaders and Entrepreneurs. And should I say something about the organization? or-
Yeah, tell us something
Okay, well,
about
we're
ABLE.
an
What is
alumni
ABLE
organization from the Bulgarian Young Leaders Program. We've been sponsored from America for Bulgaria Foundation to study in the States, either for a year or to go there for 5 weeks on an intensive entrepreneurship program. And it's awesome, but when we came back, we needed to bring back what we've learned there, the whole American culture thing about inspiring leadership and promoting entrepreneurship culture. And that's what we're doing for 2 years now back home. And we're really honored to be part of this conference.
Yeah,
Yes.
nothing would happen if it wasn't Radus and Table guys.
Ah.
So come on, guys, give them applause.
So hello from me as well, and thank you to Chris and Startup for this really awesome event today. I'm happy to see all of you here. So what do? I'm Zornica Tomova. I'm co-founder of 42 Ideas, which is a company basically helping forward-thinking Bulgarian companies develop customer-driven innovation through workshops and other stuff, nice stuff. I also help with starting a community in the sharing economy field. There's something, a very interesting trend that's happening now all over the world, and it's also growing in Bulgaria, so check it out. And I'm here today to represent my third biggest passion, which is Started Smart and startups. Basically what Started Smart does is that we inspire and support young people in starting their own successful businesses in Bulgaria. How we do it? We do it through several different ways. So one is we give them inspiration. So we do like very nice lectures which are from successful Bulgarian entrepreneurs who come up and share their experiences with us. We also give them a network of like-minded people, like networking events, and also we have a tight community of people who have started their businesses and support each other. And we also have we support young people in starting their business through our accelerator tournament, the so-called 3 Challenge. Some of you might have heard about it. which gives people connection with mentors, so people who know how to start a business, and basically they give them all kinds of insight and feedback as to how they can develop. And finally, what we do now is we are aiming to give people convenience, so spread the community in other cities in Bulgaria, so that these wonderful things that are happening here can also be seen in other places in Bulgaria. So that's all.
Yeah, Started Smart is really awesome thing. So yeah,
Thank you.
thank you here, Chris.
Cool, cool. Also, you're going to the province, how do we call it here?
Yes.
Following our steps. Cool. I'm Chris, and what I would like to
If somebody don't know Chris,
yeah, everybody knows about Chris. The reason I'm here, it's I wasn't planning to participate in this panel, but I decided that I should. As,
In order to
like,
give you an unfair advantage of
no.
two men here.
I'm kidding. No. I mean, we did miss some points last time. Like when we were discussing the education, we didn't have a small guy sitting, like a student sitting. And when I just realized that like we have an entrepreneur that's wannabe, like
yeah,
okay, we have all these professional guys who organize events, and like Stani has a couple of startups. Zori has a couple of startups, but I want to play the role of the startupper during this discussion. So I'm not going to comment on the of the perspective of somebody who organizes events, who does things for the community, but like the startupper itself. So the reason I'm here, that I'm Chris from Imaga. I'm not Chris from Startup Foundation, and we do image analysis. So this is the short explanation while on the stage. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to speak about organizing events, but I'll speak about things that concern the startupper, the people that we organize stuff for.
Okay, so guys, because we actually are talking about building the startup community of Bulgaria or Sofia, it's really important that you give our questions. So please use the Slido, and then we will ask the questions. So, what do you guys think is the first and the biggest actually challenge that our startup community has right now? The biggest problem, issue, or what we're missing the most at the current stage of our startup community?
Well, I think that's the activation moment.
Activation.
I think that we have gained traction over the past few years, and we have a lot of events going on right now. It's hardly, back in the days, we did one or two events during the whole year, and we had like 800 people coming, and right now, people are all over the spotting different events. What we need to advance to the next level is more people get engaged. Not me and Chris or Rados or Started Smart or this small group of people trying to do it by ourselves. We kind of need to get things by the numbers and to get more people on board. More people start their own initiatives. I think that's our biggest challenge in Bulgaria, especially.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, and this is why people say great minds think alike. Just saying. Actually, as a newcomer to this society, because I believe it is a society, I see that we in Able have the same, not an issue, but something we want to deal with more quickly. There's a lack of action.
Yeah.
People love to talk about stuff, to get inspired. I'm responsible for that in our organization. But when it comes to actually go for it, not just feel the thrill of, if I wanted, I could do it. Well, let's see. That's the thing. We need more people to do that, the next stage, the next step, okay, let's go for it and see what happens.
Okay, so I would definitely agree with both Stani and our friend from Able. What I think is that we have actually, since this talk is framed as building the startup community, I think that so far we've done a very good job in doing so. I mean, all of these great people are today thanks to startup this time, but basically They're all here because we've managed to raise a community here. And that's something that's really nice, and I think that it definitely should be our priority to spread this further. But what I think also is important is that we now have this organization and we have these processes going on in our environment. It's very important for me to develop more the two things. So one is the collaboration, both on a local level and on an international level. That is basically all of the organizations at the moment say, okay, we really want to build this awesome ecosystem in entrepreneurship. Yeah, that's really cool. But we have not been posing the question of how do we do this together? How do we act as a single whole? And also, the same kind of things are happening all over the world, and we could start by Europe and collaborating more with it, and thus creating our competitive advantage as a continent, not only as a country. And what also I think is very important is for this ecosystem that we have built is to find its purpose. So the ecosystem in itself has been the purpose so far, but what is the next step? What do we do together? How, are we going to send somebody on the moon, or we are going to be sending startups to Silicon Valley, or what are we going to do together? That's what I think also two very important points here.
So if we consider our startup community as a startup, we should find a niche or something that differentiates us from.
We should
them.
find investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris. So
Yeah,
what
I
do you
have a
think is
couple of
the
ideas on the entrepreneur point of view. What is currently missing? Two things. First, most of the events that we organize, including us, and all of us, are like our target group is like wannabes. And probably this is the reason why a lot of people that have already started their own startups or even got funded from 11 and LaunchCup are not really taking part in that. And this is something that I really miss. And I would like to encourage LaunchCup in 11 to come up with ideas and to collaborate on that, to create stuff that are relevant, like events that are relevant to the startups who are in action. Who are not like discussing their ideas, validating the ideas. I know they're very busy. They tend to be busy, and I'm quite busy. But I also believe that there should be something that covers like the problems that the real startups do have. Like, okay, I've got the investment, and now I'm running out of money. What should I do next? Or like, I really feel that 11 and LaunchCup should give me more. Like, how can I ask? For additional round and stuff like that. So like I see a lot of activation in the pre-startup phase, like a lot of people that are working somewhere here and there come to events, but people who got the investment, they feel like, oh, I've got it, this is it. I'm not that more.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you on this one because I think that people that are actually having startups can and must contribute more to the community that actually helped them begin with.
Another very short thought, if you haven't read that book, The Startup Community of Bradfeld, this book you should, the center of a startup community is the entrepreneur itself. It's not organization, it's not the VCs, but the entrepreneur. And somehow we need to activate that, this desire in the people who are doing it, who are starting the business to give back to the community. As you know, they've gotten investment, they've gotten support. So this is quite important.
Yeah, so we have here the most
Can we have
important
a mic
things:
on the stage, please?
cooperation, sharing of experience, and taking part of the community as much as possible.
Well, guys, sorry to step in, but because people were looking at me
Hey,
and
come on,
saying,
join us.
11 LaunchCup, you should do something, idiots. So here's something that I want to say, and you're right, Startup Community is a great book, and it says that entrepreneurs are actually the leaders of the startup communities.
Mhm.
But the problem is it kind of addresses the States, Silicon Valley, where these people are already successful. They've sold a few startups, they have a couple of $1 million in their bank accounts, so they've done it over and over and over. They can take the time and focus on the other, so start giving already. And here's the thing, what we found out in 11 is that our alumni, we have 120 founders in our companies already, which is amazing. This is like the best community I've ever seen. They help the new batches, which is also great, but they're not mature enough to form a community. And this is where you guys step in, because you have the desire to help. I mean, somebody asked on the board, what's in for you? And actually, I think it's very rewarding to make an event like this for the wannabes, and then maybe in a few kind of years' time, the startuppers, the founders will be on these events and will be kind of centering the community and focusing around them. But we have a little more to go. And until then, we, ourselves in Launch Hub, we need to step in. And I have a t-shirt that says Start Trek. And this is our event that we organized last year. It was really small, but we're going to do it big next year. And we're going to travel around the region, including Sofia this time around. And we're going to try to make something for the entrepreneurs that already graduated, or the people that are already funded. So we're going to bring in great speakers, great networks, so you guys can take some benefits from that, as well as you meaning the companies that are already running. And so you just follow us, and we're going to tell you when it happens.
I would disagree that we need to wait 3 years, and probably this works for you because you don't want these guys distracted. But it's a long-term thing, like a long-term goal. So yeah, probably it's better for them to stay focused and work on their own ideas. But it's also, I mean, finding the right people, finding probably developers, finding backup. I mean, what does it mean to be mature enough to go to a coffee event? Like there is a event that a couple of guys start organizing, like drink cups and stuff like that. So what needs to happen? Why do you need to go and talk to people about your problems after you graduate a 3-year school, startup school? You don't need to know what to say. I mean, you need to just do it and learn from others.
No.
It will.
It's not.
probably. Is it turned on?
I think it's on. Yeah? Hello?
I think it's working now.
Can you say something?
Well, but anyways, so if you have an entrepreneur and you want them to teach the young guys, they can give. They can start giving right away because they just went over something, and they will be really helpful on, don't do this because I fucked up on that particular thing, and you can do it better. But it's kind of short-term thing, right? So they can help, 1-year startups can help the early stage startups in a 1-year horizon. They cannot help them on the whole cycle. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have been doing that for a while. You've fundraised, a couple of times, you just, did all that stuff. So here's where you, from your perspective, are better positioned to help early stage startups, telling them the whole story. But the ones that are from 11 and Launch Hub, they are just 12 months old. So they have that horizon, and here's where the disconnect, that's why I said a couple of more years. But here's the better part. Some of these people are already successful entrepreneurs themselves, so they enter these programs for the benefits of them, but they have the background. And we try to integrate them in the community, really a lot. And I think that we're gonna see some leaders coming out really, really soon. Yeah. We're just gonna make them spade, or kill them.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah. I think this is working out, thanks.
Yeah, it is.
So the bottom line, Chris, you have to do another event.
I'm not doing another event. I'm not. Somebody else needs to do it.
I just wanted to add up on the giving back part. Actually, the founder stories section today is
Yeah.
part of what we're trying to contribute to this cause.
Yeah.
'Cause guys are going to share their challenges and what they've been through. So this is hopefully going to, unscare some people who are afraid to get into the game.
Yeah,
I
let me
definitely
just say
think
this.
that anyone can contribute, as small as it is. Of course, people who have more experience can contribute more. People who just want to be startups can contribute less. But if we all do it, it should accumulate to a point that it won't actually matter how experienced you are.
Yeah.
So
Yes, Tanya,
it's about quantity, not about quality.
Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I mean,
Ye-
it doesn't
yes.
need to be an event. Sorry, just
Go-
last
go
sentence.
for
It
it.
doesn't need to be an event. I mean, and here is what I've been planning to do. I haven't been doing that, but I'm really accessible. I mean, how many of you have my cell phone number? Okay, it's on my
Somebody
Facebook.
tweet it.
It's on 11's Facebook page. For God's sake, you can just go to 11, click on About, and this is my personal phone number. I can pick it at 12 in the night. So anyone can call me and ping me and ask me something. And same, holds for all these other people. So unless people are searching support, it's not going to be, here's, take it,
Yeah,
take
you're
that
right with
support.
that.
Nobody does that. So entrepreneurs, wannabes, or a later stage, they just need to be proactively seeking for things rather than waiting for them. And we're going to do something in 11 called Open Hours soon, where we'll be having a day where we can just meet anyone for 15 minutes who has something to ask.
The
So
problem, sorry that I
ahead.
interrupt you, but the problem with I calling you is that we are not actually contributing to the community. We are contributing to your business and
But
my
what is the
my
community?
startup
It's
ideas.
all of us form the community, right? So the community is about
Yes, of course,
supporting other
but
people and other startups. So then you
My
build
point
it. And
was that we need to make an impact. We need to have ripples, and that's why we are actually creating events, because a lot of people need to come here and learn that your telephone number is accessible. That was my idea. It's
yeah,
not.
just don't call me.
But
please.
that's the thing, you need to be places so things can happen. So that's a good
Stan, yesterday you asked the guys on stage, who is the Steve Jobs of your startup community? Do you think that our startup community needs the superstars, someone that actually inspires all the guys outside and they grow up with the idea of, I want to become that person? Oh, we have a nomination here.
I've been nominated.
Yeah,
I'm flattered.
you think Steve
Yeah,
Jobs did something for the community?
Steve Jobs never did anything for the
Yeah,
community.
he's
He
such a
never
selfish
organized an
bastard.
event.
You don't want to be
you
that
should
guy.
speak about
This won't be
Bradfeld and all these
me.
other people.
No, but
Chris is not enough of an asshole.
I mean more like, because actually some guys are famous inside the community, but they are not famous outside. The people outside don't know about entrepreneurs, they don't know about startups or anything. Even
I think
if
that
we
need
take
heroes.
Forbes and the most important people in Bulgaria are really mysterious guys. So
I think that we need heroes. We need role models. People
but
like that.
how do we build that heroes? How
But
do
this needs to be real entrepreneurs, not people that organize
Yeah,
events.
yeah.
You know, so we need an exit, not exit, but like startups, Facebook, no, but probably Skype or stories like that. Successful big stories over here. Somebody who have done really huge international business,
I think
so
I
that
know one, guys.
everybody can. Sorry,
I think I know one, guys.
who's that?
Maybe you've heard about Teleri.
Yeah, but these guys, yeah. You see, this is the disconnect. These guys are still doing their thing. They're not spending so much time in the community, and it's not really easy to ping them, right?
But
You can speak with Vasco or Zarko.
No.
Or, they
It's
they
totally
show up.
okay if they're into the business, but they need to speak it out loud. That they need to be recognized by the community. That they are the leaders.
Yeah, but maybe
I mean,
it's
they've
our
been
job
hiding
to
a little bit. Like Telerik was supporting events and stuff like that, but they were not like, even Vasco is, like I think he's some kind of a European role, elected as like a Bulgarian representative for the startup, something's whatever, digital champion and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what, but we need outspoken people who are very successful, who have like a true successful story, that are bold enough to lead that. And
but
like
maybe we
you can be
we
successful,
can
but
rise them or somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we actually do have role models. I mean, for example, the fact that we are talking about Tederic now is highlighting exactly this, that we do have some specific successful cases we can be happy about and support them even further in developing even more our international reputation.
it's
But what I
different, it's
think is
different.
also
like
that
it's not like it needs to be really recognized. When you
Yes,
say Bulgarian,
yeah.
and people say Stoichkov, they don't say
Yeah.
Telerik, right? And when you say Estonia, people say Skype.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what we need. Like when
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
says Bulgaria,
No,
they
I
say
actually-
Maga.
Zoe is
actually
absolutely right
think-
about that, but you know what's going to be even better than this?
Mhm.
It's going to be a repeatable model.
Absolutely,
something
that,
that
that
can
was
be,
what I was just
replicated.
about
I mean,
to say.
Telerik
Yeah.
is one of a kind. It just happened by
Mhm.
accident or whatever. These guys are really smart,
Yeah.
and they did it and make it happen. You don't repeat that automatically.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go into a book, say this is case study, and you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
So this is where there is this kind of the community formation out of a thing which was more of a one of a kind. It's unique.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
this is where I think we should have more repeatable success stories.
Yeah, so I think that actually exactly role models are something around which all of these community that we have built already can unite around and say, okay, we want to have more of those. We want to have more role models, really nice, successful cases coming out of Bulgaria. So what do we do about it? How do we make this possible together? How do we make this process more effective together?
can't.
So
We're
that's
working on that. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, give us some credit and
They
give us some time.
money. We can't really. I mean, the entrepreneurs themselves. These are businesses that need to succeed. It's not us, supporting us. Like we can retweet and we can like them on Facebook, but we're not going to go into their office and do the job. Do sales or we can buy a service or two, but it's not enough.
Okay, guys, maybe we should move to the questions from the public. So, the first one is I think about bootstrapping, and we talk much about how to fund, but actually the guys outside think that we need more mentors. What do you think, guys? How can we have more mentors or?
Bootstrapping is my favorite. Anyone who wants to talk about bootstrapping for an hour,
So we have a mentor
come
here.
to me.
Yeah.
Mentors.
I think
Do we need more mentors?
we do need more mentors, but the problem here is that people do not ask for help.
Yeah.
They're not very active. Like there are a lot of people that can really help
Yeah, I
you,
think
but you need
it's
to
something
ask.
in the Bulgarian way of thinking.
Yeah, I
that-
mean
Yeah.
nobody will come
It's
and
not Bulgarian, it's
like
just
say,
European,
tell
don't
me,
worry.
can I help you? I mean,
No.
you need to go and ask for help.
But that's the
Yeah.
thing. There's a Bulgarian type of culture that we think that if you're successful or if you're from 11, I can't call you. I'm only mortal,
Yeah,
And it's,
but
there's
listen,
the thing.
listen, it's
If I
not.
dare to call you,
Please,
you probably can help
don't
me.
don't call
but-
this Bulgarian because this is so not true, right?
Oh,
I mean, it's
so it's a
definitely
global
not.
problem now.
It's a Central Eastern European kind of formal bloc. We have like 50 startups now. Half of them are from the region and outside. You have to shove mentorship down their throats. It's really, really difficult. So even when you go and speak with them and give them advice, there are these guys that are really smart and they just take it, and there are these other guys which just steam ahead and do whatever they came with and just crash. So it's really, I mean, what we don't do is we don't listen, and this is not Bulgaria. This is all over the place. So imagine this, and then you seek for that advice. Oh my God! And the Bulgarian saying, "Give me money, don't give me advice." So it's kind of valid. But talking about bootstrapping is great, but there is no job which is mentor. You don't, there is no list of mentors which are available. So this is where, I mean, unfortunately, we have to step. Unfortunately for the wider community, it's going to take a while. But we step in and we have like all this money, and it forms like a gravity well. So people are, even just because it's interesting, they show up and mentor. And also the other thing, I mean, right now, Launch Hub and 11, we have funded 70 companies. These guys are, it's probably 200 entrepreneurs in process. So these guys are probably, as I said, the best people to talk to early stages. And then just give them advice firsthand. I mean, I can talk as much as I want to my our startups in 11, release early, kind of. If you don't release by the end of the first month, I'm going to be so pissed off. So fucking what? They just listen to that. But if another entrepreneur tells them, listen, mate, I didn't release on the first month, and then it took me a lot more time, effort, and all that stuff to build this shit. So this is when they start to listen. So they need a fellow entrepreneur, and this is where the 200 people that have graduated or are in process right now in the two accelerators can step in and actually start becoming a kind of a centerpiece for a startup community.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move to the next question. The guys really want to know about some Bulgarian startup exits.
Oh.
Do you know some?
Come on, there are two. I'm not sure if they're announced though.
Oh, those exits. Yeah, shut up. Let them announce it for themselves, right?
Okay, so there are
We
two
have
that
some.
there are two quite good exits that are not yet announced, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to disclose, but yeah, not like very big successful ones lately.
Yeah, I guess we don't have
No,
Instagram
just
yet.
there,
But
there are no
But
equity
this is not-
exits in the world recently, so just
But this is not very. I mean, we should see first like successful startups,
yeah,
and
yeah.
after that exit. So yeah,
Yeah,
this
this,
is
this
even-
question is not fair. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever posted that, anonymous. That's how it should stay.
We're done with this question, right?
And
Yeah. Thank
so the next question is,
Successful exit coming.
have you thought about planting the seed early, taking the startup community to schools and inspiring the next generation? I think that's a very good question. Bo.
I think that a few hours ago we just saw that the
Yeah.
next generation inspiring
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
indeed.
Yeah, I think it's
No, that's okay. I'm from Abo, and we have this annual retreat thing, and we had one I think last weekend. What we did there was we actually thought about how to exactly, improve the entrepreneurial culture in Bulgaria. And we decided that one of the projects would be to start early, to go in schools, make or learn or Google if we could do competition or of a sort for high school students. And we wanted to go there and share some successful stories, some not that successful, and just go for it and show that those kids that it's okay not to go for the corporate culture or to go there and go back to doing business yourself. And yeah, it's in on Chernova, but
Drafted
we're
project.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, I think Launch Cup and 11 should do something like that, like bring all this.
Here's
all the
thing.
kids.
This
all-
is it's tectonic plates moving. This education thing, it's really it doesn't come from bottom up. It has to be really the system changing. I mean, there are these great initiatives like Zainov Just Teach with Us, which is where young people, which are not 60-year-old teachers educated in the communist time, teach young people like. The key problem, and I'm sorry to say that, but in school, up to high school, you don't get taught how to think. You get taught how to read, remember things, and then you have to tell them exactly as they were. So this comes from the teachers rather than anyone. So even if we go to universities, every now and then, and there is this kind of wall, so you don't go through it. It's really difficult to do that. And so every now and then there are some smart people that have actually taught themselves how to think. And then these are kind of the little seeds that spread the word. But this is where it's going to take even longer for that movement to happen. So yeah.
It's going to take a lot of effort to really move this huge sea of young people that are in the schools really to start thinking in a different way. And I think that actually even in universities at the moment, there's a lot of more work to be done in terms of really getting people to have conscious freedom in their choice of life and business and how they're going to live, basically. I mean, I remember at least when I was a student just a couple of years back, you go in there and you don't even think that there's an opportunity for you to go into entrepreneurship and build your own business. It's like this part of your brain that is responsible for entrepreneurship is just cut off. It's not there. I mean, and you just know I have to go and find a good job in a good company.
In
And
It's not
started smart
necessarily true.
kids.
I disagree with that because at least at my school,
Okay.
I had this. Everybody had their favorite teacher, right? I mean, no matter how bad our educational system is, we have that one person that said that one thing that we still, from time to time remember. And I have that person, and they didn't tell me you're gonna be, super corporate person. They told me you're gonna make a change. And you're gonna be the next generation of leaders, and you need to dare to do whatever your heart, or knowledge.
So you
leads
were
you
in a
to-
really nice school. That's really
And
cool.
we can spread that. I mean, seriously, we are a community of really, people from good backgrounds, and we can do that if we turn to the people we know actually care about their students. And this idea can actually go there. And it's not necessarily through formal education. We can do, additional classes after school. I mean, we can do that. It's just a matter of research and just go talk to people.
Zori, have you think about in Started Smart to start entrepreneurship co-ops and programs in high schools, not just the universities?
Yes, it keeps popping up, basically. But what is our issue at the moment, I think, in this regard, is that really it's a huge undertaking. I mean, if you really want to make a change at this level, it's just a really huge mass of people and a huge system that's just working in its way. And at the moment, we just feel like we don't have the resources yet to address this, at least on our own.
So
and I believe
we
that
need more volunteers from the
Yeah,
community,
so-
I guess.
I think that there is an organization already doing it. They're not present
Yeah,
here, but the Junior
Junior
Achievement
Achievement.
is doing that.
Mhm.
And they've grown a lot. And like I know about Telluride Kids Academy. It's on programming, but it's also a part of this building these skills that people that kids can use after that to start their own business. So
Yeah.
probably you might do something like that through this program, and also have like a discussion and invite us over to your IT classes, and have like a 30-minute talk about what does it mean to be entrepreneur and stuff like. Because you already have established a network of schools and teachers that are really interested in helping out kids with new skills.
Yeah, I've actually seen with my eyes how the Terry Kids Academy really light up the something in the eyes of the kids. It's really awesome. And we definitely should do more about this. And we have a couple more questions here. So, what is the personal return of investment on building a startup community? So, why you guys here actually?
Problems with co-founders. This is the Roy of somebody who does events and is also part of a startup.
You just want to be a rock star, come on.
Yeah.
What kind of a rock star? See my head.
So for me at least, the reason I joined Started Smart and started doing this was actually because I was solving a real problem for myself. I mean, I had just started a business and I felt that there was absolutely no one around me that had this case and had these issues that I was facing. So at least on my side, it's really having these people around me who think in this way, who have similar issues, so that we can really share and help each other. And this is something I think is completely natural. When you're in a very unnatural for you environment, you look for people who are like yourself, so that you can do
also
better.
make you feel good.
Yeah.
I
There
guess
is
I
a
should
tweet there
answer.
saying
It's-
most of the young people are not interested in entrepreneurship. I'm really pissed off now. Because,
It's probably a statement, not like
that's all over the place. I mean, that's not Bulgaria. Come on, guys, assume that. I mean, just 95% of people in the world are employees and the other 5% are entrepreneurs. It doesn't change. So, have realistic expectations of what this thing is. Entrepreneurship is a scary business, and because you guys in that hall are mostly entrepreneurs, just go out, look in this shopping mall, and you'll see 95% of these people are actually employees. So don't expect everyone to just turn entrepreneur. I mean, what I see in the last
this
2
is
years
the
is
ideal though.
The thing
I
is
mean,
that the more entrepreneurs we have here,
the more
better.
entrepreneurs, the more people we get excited about this area, the better the country
I
will.
agree, but we
Yeah.
don't need to feel bad about this. I mean, the startup community in Bulgaria is amazing. I mean, I must say, I've been traveling all over the place just last couple of years, and we have the most thriving community ever. It's not because of Launch Hub or 11, it's not about us, it's about these people that go to conferences, do startups for some reason or another, or just build a community. When we started, there was Open Coffee and all these other initiatives, which we didn't even know about. So, don't feel bad about being Bulgarian entrepreneurs. It's the best place in Central and Eastern Europe.
But
Yeah,
see-
maybe Slovenia, it's just as good.
No,
Sorry.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said. But I just wanted to say that I think the word here that we need to focus on is the community part. It's not just about people doing something separately and going for it themselves, but the community part of it all.
I
And I
fully
think
agree.
that's what.
I mean, you should, last year and a half I've been traveling all over, like Serbia, Croatia, all that part. Last time Star Trek we did Montenegro and, strange places like Kosovo, when there is a Bill Clinton Boulevard. Imagine this. Yeah, we went to a city where they have a boulevard called Bill Clinton. It's really embarrassing. But still, I mean, in terms of community, I don't see much, let's say east of, Croatia. And the one thing that really impresses me here in Bulgaria is that everybody's at least not fighting with each other rather than working together.
Really?
You don't know.
I don't feel it. You should go to some other place.
Then you're not part of the ecosystem.
Yeah?
You've not been part of this war that we were fighting for.
Are you fighting against each other, guys? You should
All
stop.
the time.
You should stop.
Yeah, but that's good.
I can organize a parlay in our office and then you can sit down and solve it.
We can sit over coffee and I can tell you stories.
No, come on. Let him think it. Come on. Don't spoil the moment.
Yeah, I just said it's great and you fucked up.
We're doing great.
Okay, so we have the final question here. It seems like you expect the community to be babied. How about urging the wannabes to step up? So how do we urge the wannabes to step up? Imagine that I'm an entrepreneur wannabe. How do you make me
It
start a
doesn't
company?
seem-
I don't think that we made that impression that we expect
We
the
do.
community to be.
I
do.
think actually urging the wannabes to step up is exactly
What we're trying to
babying
do.
them. I mean,
Pushing them.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
yeah,
an it's an
why
oxymoron
should
from
they
that
be
perspective.
pushed? I mean, if they see that something really exciting is happening and they want to be part of it, then they should step up themselves. And what we should do is give them the infrastructure in which they can fit in and start communicating, start building nice things, start getting mentorship from people who've been there before. But otherwise, I don't think we should be going like poking them like.
No, but if
I
you yourself
disagree
are
with
more
this. I
approachable,
totally
that
believe
would
that
be-
we should do that. Like, book people and
No, but
like,
Chris,
like
see, Chris
you start
rocks
your
and he's
business today?
really approachable, so I wouldn't be afraid to go to Chris and say, here's my idea, you know, tell me what I can do better or where I can improve. Chris is approachable. I don't know about if anybody else is like that. Yeah, I feel like this is what everybody involved in this community needs to be like. More open, more not too, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
the
you don't
idea is
agree?
that it's a personal decision.
Yeah.
You need to take that to make that decision, but you also like some people are very independent and they will never follow any advice. But for some people, it might be a matter of like 10 people validating this thing.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going to quit Telerik and start the idea that you told me 3 weeks ago or 2 months ago or a year ago? Like, you know, and when 10 people ask you that question, this will probably trigger stuff. So yeah, please people, do ask other guys who are wondering to do it or not to do it. And like, we have a saying and even in the startup organization, our email is just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, just do it. It's
I think that also
you will
it's,
fail
it's,
probably.
it's
So
about
what?
taking risks because we the Bulgarians really don't like taking much risks.
But why is it a risk? If you put your heart into it, no matter how
Oh,
feminine
well.
that sounds, I mean, if you're
Starting a
all
company is
in,
taking a
that's
risk. You know.
fine.
Because you don't have the salary and you
Yeah.
don't have the bonuses.
Please, guys, I mean, again, just one last plea. Don't tell us we Bulgarians. You know, stop that. I mean, we're doing
Okay.
just fine. You know, nobody likes risk. Nobody likes bad surprises. You know, if I
No,
ask you, do you
I
like
think-
surprises?
I
How
think
many of you
different
like
cultures-
surprises?
I think different
Hey,
cultures has different.
how many of you like bad surprises? There is no such thing. You call them problems, right?
No,
So nobody likes risks. Nowhere in the world. So people try to
No.
mitigate it.
I don't think so.
Okay, we're going
I
to
think
talk about that
different-
later. We're going to talk about it later.
Different
There's some risk
nationalities
takers.
has different.
Like extreme sports people and stuff like that. So
That's a different risk, you know. I snowboard, so
a
just
risk is a risk.
okay.
Can I add up something? Because we were talking about community and how entrepreneurship is not for everyone. Well, I really hope that everyone can come out from this hall, and not just here, but the whole community. It's not about being or not being an entrepreneur. It's about thinking as an entrepreneur, having this entrepreneurial mindset. Because every day Joe probably is not going to be an entrepreneur, but if he, she, and we all think a little bit like entrepreneurs, then a whole lot new universe with endless opportunities opens in front of us. And maybe you are not going to start up your business today or tomorrow, but maybe you will find some guys that will join them, help them. Maybe you will call us, join our organizations, and make a little bit of difference just because today you learned to think a little bit more like entrepreneur.
Spread the word.
Spread it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
Thumbs up.
I'm finished.
I think we're ready, right?
Yeah,
If
time's
you have
up.
if you have a question
Right.
somewhere, somebody, or we can move out of stage and yeah.
Yeah, because we're the organizers, the time's out. Let's get.
Hi guys. I have a question. I think you've missed some important part of the startup community, and it's called angel investors. Because beyond these two projects, Start, Launch Hub, and 11, I don't think there is much room for other forms of investors or funds, which could be granted to the startup. So what do you think about? How do you face this challenge?
Is there an angel investor in the room? Please.
Review yourself.
There are
we
some.
really missed that.
We really miss that,
Not
and
a single one.
there are two reasons for it. Probably Dylan can find out other reasons. In order for angel investments to work, we need a second, second. How do you call it? Second hand, like we need people who have already succeeded, exited,
Yes.
and have money available and experience
It's got to be
enough
second,
to invest
second
again.
generation
Second
entrepreneurs, so
generation
people that already did it
entrepreneurs.
once.
Yeah,
No, but
and
here's-
most of them of the
There are angels.
yeah,
Come on. You just don't know them.
yeah, they are. I mean, even in our company, we have like how many, Georgi? 4, 5 angel investors. 5 angel investors that already invested in us, and these are Bulgarian guys, and we're quite happy with them. They're existing. They're not very vocal. The thing is, some of them have
You're
real.
not vocal if you're angel. You don't. I'm an angel investor. Approach me for money.
Well, I don't know about you, but we've been to events where they were hiding behind, and they turned off the lights so that we can see them, and we pitched in front of them, and they've called angel investors. And to me, this was not right, you know. So we actually pitched in front of Bulgarian angel investors, and we never saw them. Like they disappeared after the pitch. So don't tell me that they're vocal. They're not.
No, they're
And they
not. That's
need
what I'm
to
saying.
be.
They are not.
need to be. I mean, there are people that need to be vocal, and we can't make them be vocal. If they want to, they will be. They are, but kind of, you know, like
Okay,
they're
there
not
is no,
big
there
enough.
is no, there is no ecosystem of angel investors. There are no angel clubs per se. But here's the thing: the angel investors, as part of the ecosystem, are just investors. So we have most investors too in that part of the world. So we're not disadvantaged from that perspective. I mean, the question about how to build a community, you do it by example. Make this a good thing. People will feel good about being entrepreneurs. So it's mainstream, and then it's going to start building. You know, one of these questions. So as a community, what we miss more are entrepreneurs, and the way to build more entrepreneurs is make it fashionable, even if you want.
Yeah, this is actually where building the network comes in, the entrepreneurship network comes in, because I think that angel investors, basically, they are there in our network. They're just, as he said, they're not formed in some kind of club or entity you can approach, but they're there, and they're looking for something to put their money in. I mean, even if they have not started their business, there are people with money that they want to invest into something that would work. So this is actually where being part of this community actually can be really helpful. Okay.
Let's call it a day.
Some more questions?
Thank you.
One more.
We need Mike over there.
Mike.
Go,
Yeah.
go, go. Run.
Where's my-
That's the entrepreneurial spirit.
I just wanted to comment that maybe there should be outreach to, you know, these kind of rich people. And I mean, I also think that it might be effective in Bulgaria, considering that, you know, capital markets are not very developed, and a lot of people with a lot of money, you know, don't. I mean, it's a bit more difficult for them to invest than in like Western Europe or the United States.
It's not about having the money, it's about your mentality. And yeah, it's kind of a, you know, 'cause there are a lot of people that have made money out of real estate. And when you go and pitch your idea, the idea, they treat it as like a real estate project. So they ask you about ROI in 2 years, and how much money will you return next year, and this is not possible. So it's a shift of mentality for the people that have money in the country. And as this is a risk capital taking place,
You know
it's
what?
not like a, I don't know, any other financial instruments, investments that they're used
Listen,
to.
again, it's
Chris,
one of those.
You know what we should do? Because I think that the whole angel investment issue is just like building community. We shall do an event that's called building an angel investor community. Because it's just like being an entrepreneur. To start up a business, you need to have the mindset, and to be an investor of some kind, you also need to have the mindset and to understand
you
what
need the
you're
money to
getting
Hire
yourself into.
a very small room. Hire a very, very small venue.
Yes, but
No,
very
we-
expensive tickets, very expensive tickets.
Dimmed, so nobody can see them.
Exactly. No, but here's
A poorer bar
to your
will
question,
do the job.
to build an angel culture, you need a mentality, as Chris said. You know, I fully agree with that. But also, there is got to be a framework. So, if I'm an investor, I need some protection, right? So, if I just invest in a limited liability company in Bulgaria, I'm screwed. If I'm a minority holder. So it's really complicated. Again, I mean, the movement is here. The whole system is really kind of slow. It's taking off. We are much faster. A couple years ahead of everybody else in the region. It's building, but it just takes time. You know, we don't be impatient, right? It's gonna come. Just, you know, it takes all of you guys to make it faster.
So we are actually the Silicon Valley of the Balkans.
No, we're not.
And you need to blog about this.
Yeah, I will. I'll summarize the whole thing.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank
thanks.
you so much.